right, so welcome everyone to Yoga Nidra this evening. Um, I was just announcing that next week is Thanksgiving in Canada. That is not the U.S., and we have someone from the U.S. So there's no class next week, but I will leave the recordings up extra long so that you can still practice the Yoga Nidra. So hopefully most of you are starting to feel the restful effects of Yoga Nidra. And it is a cumulative practice, which means that the more that you practice, the more you start to going to feel all of that physical fatigue begin to release and to start to just feel more well rested. And we all know that it's so great when we feel well rested. We all know what it feels like when we're not well rested, when we've had, when we haven't had much sleep the night before, and we can get a little bit cranky. We maybe don't respond as well to situations. And so I'm really encouraging you to use the recordings and practice as much as possible. So that's that phase one of the Yoga Nidra, the release of the physical fatigue and tension in our bodies. So we have these 5 different layers or the different bodies that we move through, the outer being our physical body, and then we move through into the second layer of awareness, which is our prana, our layer of subtle energy, and the prana, the energy that rides the breath. And so I'm wanting to focus a little bit more on that this evening, and maybe even read a little bit from Karen Brody's Daring to Rest. I know that some of you have gone ahead and purchased the book. It's a great resource to help you. But reading from chapter 6 on page 65, just so you have that reference if you're using the book. It's entitled Energy, Welcoming Back Your Life Force. In a Yoga Nidra meditation, we start with putting our attention on the physical body, and then we bring it to the energy body, normally in the form of conscious breathing or breath work, because this type of breathing helps you to move prana, or your life force. If you're worn out, you're often starved of life force and energy running through you that gives you vitality. So when you practice breath work, you're impacting the energy body, unblocking channels in the body where life force is stuck. And the more energy that flows in your body, the better your body begins to feel, and often health issues start to improve. Balancing one of the 5 bodies, and we've talked about the 5 bodies before, helps all of the others. So it's going to help your physical body, your breath body, your mind body, your feeling, emotional body, your joy body, and all of those different layers we've talked about before. And balancing all of the bodies of awareness begins to help take you back to wholeness. So this idea of conscious breath work. So quite often we're not aware of our breath, right? But as we start to bring more and more awareness to our breath and make what's usually unconscious conscious, we start to not only connect to that life force or prana energy, but we're able to begin to direct that energy all through our body for healing. And so tonight we're going to practice a pranayama exercise called Alternate Nostril Breathing. Now, a lot of you have done this before with me, and it's the one where we'll be alternately blocking off opposite sides of our nostrils. So I had said just as we were gathering, if you want to make sure your hands are clean or sanitized before you do this, that would be a good thing to do. You might also want to make sure you have a Kleenex handy. We are going to do this in a seated position, and you can either do it sitting on a cushion on the floor, or you can do it sitting on a chair or sitting on your bed even. But you do want to make sure that you have a nice straight spine. So finding yourself in that nice, comfortable position, either sitting on your cushion. And just take a moment to kind of ground yourself down into the surface that you're sitting on. Feel the earth beneath you. And take a few just deep cleansing breaths. So breathing in, filling your lungs. And as you exhale, have a sense of just allowing your weight to settle. To let these practices really hold you, create this really nice container for your practice. And let's take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, just beginning to release your day. Begin to feel your weight in your chair or cushion. Feel yourself here and present in your space. Feel the tempo of your breath. And just before we move into this alternate nostril practice, maybe a few stretches might be good for us. So take your arms with your palms facing upwards. We'll do a few little mini sun breaths. So inhale, reaching your arms up and over your head. Bring the palms together. And then exhale as you bring them down the central channel of your body. And then inhale, stretch up, stretching, opening your lungs. And then exhaling, releasing down. A few more times and feel that beautiful circular movement. Try and fill the entire movement with breath and breathe throughout the entire movement. Inhaling all the way up till your hands touch and exhaling all the way back down. A few more times. Inhaling, stretching up. Exhaling down. Last time, inhaling, stretching up, and then exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center for a moment. And remembering your sankalpa, that's your intention that you usually use at the beginning of your Yoga Nidra practice. And remember, it's stated in the present moment. It's usually just a simple statement of a quality that you'd like to invoke in your practice. So I am peaceful and relaxed, or I am a loving being. I trust myself. Here's a good one. I am enough. So whatever your particular phrase is, and just let that resonate in your heart center for a moment. And releasing your hands down. You can let them just rest for a moment before we move into the actual Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breath. But let's take a moment just to connect to your breath as it is before we start to direct it. So just perhaps close your eyes for a moment. Feel a sense of your breath. Feel the places of movement of breath in your body. A sense of creating more space as you inhale, releasing and softening as you exhale. Be aware of any tension you might be holding. Be willing to listen more closely to that throughout the rest of this evening's practice. Now bring awareness to the feeling of your breath in and out through the nostrils. Just that touch of breath, that feather light touch of air. Relax any tension in your face, in your jaw, your cheeks, your eyes. And as you breathe in and out through the nostrils, notice whether you feel the air more on one side than the other, whether you feel it more through your left nostril or your right nostril. And you may or may not notice that. So it said that if we are breathing more dominantly through our right nostril, we're more, and this switches all throughout the day, that it's our left brain is more engaged. And that's the analytical part of our mind that plans. Sometimes we call it the doing part of us. It's associated with the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight part of our nervous system. In yoga, it's said to be connected to solar energy, to more heat and doing. And then alternatively, if we're breathing more through the left nostril, and it's that opposite side, we're connected to the right brain, that more intuitive, creative, artistic side of our brain. And it's the being part of us. It's more comfortable with relaxation. It's connected to the parasympathetic nervous system, so the rest and digest and just being part. In yoga, it's said to be more connected to the lunar energy, the feminine energy, the moon side of us. And so ideally, we want these two parts of our brain to be more balanced, and we want these two sides of us. We want to balance the thinking side of us with the creative side of us, the feminine and the masculine, sympathetic and parasympathetic, the doing and the being. Most of us get pretty stuck in that doing part of us, don't we? So this alternate nostril breathing is a way to start to balance that out and balance our energy. So if we're feeling really kind of sluggish and tired, it will help to bring our energy up. On the other side, if we're feeling hyper and way up here, it will help bring us down. So it's a really nice balancing breath. So it requires our certain hand mudra. So taking your hand and gently curling back the middle finger and the pointer finger. And you are going to be using your thumb and your ring finger. I'm going to come a little bit closer. We're going to do a few trial breaths to begin with. So using your thumb to block off the right nostril. Now that'll be the opposite if you're using your left hand, if you're left-handed. So let's just take 3 breaths just in and out through the left nostril. Try to make sure that you have a good seal on that right nostril. And also make sure that you're keeping your head on straight. You're not turning to one side or coming to one side. You're keeping the head nice and balanced. You're still relaxing any tension. And then release that hand down. And just take a moment to notice. You probably feel more open now through the right nostril, actually. And now we're going to block up the other, so you're still using same dominant hand, but you're blocking up the left nostril with your ring finger. And again, you want that nice seal. It'll be the opposite if you're left-handed. And then taking about 3 breaths in and out through the right nostril. And then release that down for a moment. Take a few full breaths in and out through both nostrils. And now we'll actually go into the practice of alternate nostril breathing. So blocking off your right nostril to start. Remember, keep your head on straight. You're going to inhale through the left nostril. And then right away, you're going to block off left and exhale through your right nostril. Now, don't switch now. Inhale through your right nostril, pause, and then switch, block off right, and exhale left. So that's a full rotation. We'll do that again. Inhaling left, switch, and exhaling through your right nostril. Inhaling through your right nostril, switch, block right, exhaling through your left nostril. So we'll continue that. Inhaling left, switch, exhaling right. Now inhaling right, switch, exhaling left. So continuing that on your own timing. If you're not getting enough air, then just release your hands and come down. But continue to feel that stream of oxygen, air. Stay relaxed in your face, your eyes. And trying to make the breath as smooth as possible. This pranayama technique, like any breathing technique, takes time to learn and become comfortable with. Once we've learned it and we don't have to, keep thinking about it, it's a really good way of focusing the mind, balancing our energy, left and right brain. Finishing off your last cycle. You finish when you exhale through the left nostril. And just take a moment to observe, and we're going to continue. We're not using our hands anymore, but you're going to continue to direct your breath just with your mind. So imagine, feel and sense breathing in through your left nostril, pausing a moment. Feel and sense exhaling through your right nostril. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Inhaling right, exhaling left. And just take a moment, let go of the alternating, and see if you can feel and sense breathing through both nostrils. Softening any tension in your face, your eyes, shoulders, anywhere else in your body. And just take a moment to notice how this practice has affected you. tuning into your inner state, your mind, your body, the quality of your subtle energy, your prana. So you have another practice to put into your little tool bag there. I'll give some, if there's questions, we'll take them after the class ends, and I'll also send out a link to some instructions for you. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up before we move into the actual Yoga Nidra. And remember, I said that you'll probably need some sort of tie or strap. So this is when you're going to need it. And you can lie down either on your mat or on your bed if you'd like to do that as well. So I'm going to aim my computer towards the mat here so you can see me. All right. So just start in the posture of Shavasana. So you're lying with your legs extended, your arms relaxed. And it's always good to connect to the surface that you're lying on. So taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, let the weight sink down into your mat or the surface you're lying on. Tune into the rhythm of your breath. And now we're going to do a little bit of a large muscle warm up, so big movements with breath. So on your next inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. And as you exhale, bend and clasp your right knee in towards you. Now we're not going to hold it because on the next inhale, you're going to extend both legs, both arms. And as you exhale, bend and clasp your left knee in towards you. So continue that. Again, it's smooth movement, smooth breath. Inhale, open the rib cage. Exhale, clasping one knee in towards you. A few more times. Inhale, point your toes, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, clasping in. Inhale, reaching up. Now, if you also want a bit of a stretch for the upper back and the neck, you can lift your head away from the ground, so nose towards your knee. Inhale, stretching both arms, both legs. Exhale, clasping in. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to keep clasping the right knee in. Let your head relax if you've lifted it. So your left leg is extended and your right knee is clasped in, and just a nice circular movement through the hip here. So you feel it deep into your hip socket. You feel it deep through the back of the hip and into the SI joint. Nice way to start to release anything in your lower back as well. And then just bring the knee back to center, and you just got a nice light grasp here. Make sure you have just a little bit of space beneath your lower back or lumbar spine here. Relax your shoulders. And back to that nice belly breath. And then becoming active in your feet by flexing your feet. So you're flexing and drawing the toes towards the ankles. Also in the extended leg as well. You're flexing the foot there. Make sure you're not bringing any extra tension into your face or your shoulders. And now taking your tie around the bottom of your right foot, around about the ball of the foot, and then extending into just a nice gentle stretch for you. So you might back off a little tiny bit. Now, it's nice if you can grab the tie with both hands. And sometimes what I like to do is loop it around my hands. And that means I don't have to hold on as much because I have a little bit of a handle there. You're extending up through the foot. It's like you're flexing and extending through the sole of the foot. But at the same time, you're grounding down through the back of the pelvis there, back of the hip. And if you find that you're too tense, then back off a little bit. And also, if it feels too extreme for you, you can also just go ahead and bend the opposite knee. And that usually makes it a little bit of a less intense stretch. So again, listening to what's right for you, your body, your practice. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breath nice and smooth. Nothing to accomplish here. Sending that beautiful energy of your breath. So remember we talked about that prana and life force energy, how first of all we make it conscious and then we can start to direct it where we want it to go in our body. So inhale, expand your belly. As you exhale, imagine sending it into the back of your right thigh, the hamstring. Just let it soften. Feel and sense. Breathing smoothly and evenly. And just enjoying this stretch. If you've got your left leg extended, you're keeping that foot flexed as well with the knee straight up so you have nice alignment in your body. Hips and pelvis stays in a nice balanced position. And so as we hold these stretches, the muscles begin to relax and they say, oh yeah, now I can let go a little bit. So you may find that you can increase the stretch a little bit, but always do that on the exhale. So inhaling the breath. And as you exhale, maybe just draw that leg a little closer towards you, not too much, little baby steps. Be aware of any tension in your face. Face is always a good indicator of tension elsewhere in our body. Now, we're going to take this deeper into the hips. By moving into, it's kind of like an upside down lunge. So imagine that you are balancing a tray of drinks on your foot, and you don't want to spill that tray of drinks. So again, you're holding on to both ends of the tie. You're going to begin to bend the knee in towards your armpit, but you're keeping the lower leg, the calf, perpendicular to the ground, and then you're just bringing it in. I'm going to see if I can show you what I'm doing here. So you're drawing that knee in. The knee stays bent at about 90 degrees. You can shorten up on your tie. If you can, reach right up and grab the foot and draw it in. So it's like you're trying to draw the knee in towards your armpit there. And you should feel some pressure in that right hip. It's nice for just releasing deeply into that right hip there. And again, you can back off a little bit or you can take it deeper. So use your intelligence. Listen to what your body is telling you. That left leg is still extended. Breathe and soften where you need to. Sometimes it's our judgmental mind that needs to soften a bit. So again, it's your practice. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And gently go ahead and release that side. Extend that right leg along the ground. Let the feet fall out. Take a moment here, just in Shavasana. A deep cleansing breath. Release that from your body. Inhaling. Long, slow exhale through your mouth. Maybe even a sigh. Letting go. A few extra breaths here. And then moving into our moving large muscle flow again. On your next inhale, reaching arms up and over your head. As you exhale, bend and clasp one knee in towards you. If you want to also lift the head, go ahead and do that. Inhale, extending arms and legs, stretching through your fingertips. Exhale, clasping in. One more, really filling and exercising your lungs. And last time, the next time that you're clasping your left knee in, keep the left knee clasped in, head and shoulders relaxed to the ground. And that circling action, just to start to open up space in the hip socket. Nice full circles. Feel it deep in the hip socket. Feel it through the back of the hip, inner groin. And just clasping that knee in for a moment. Let your breath be natural in the belly and the rib cage. And activating your feet by flexing the left foot and also extending out through the right foot. Now, the right leg is along the ground. And then taking your thigh around the bottom of your left foot and extending. So a nice comfortable stretch so that it might don't go to your most deepest stretch first. Ease yourself into it. And remember that just gently taking the thigh around your hands. Shoulders relax. Imagine your leg is being stretched in 2 directions. So you're extending up through that left foot, while at the same time you're rooting back through the left hip. Keep a little softness behind the knee. Maintain that nice, smooth, and easy breath. Notice what your pelvis is doing. So you want to keep the pelvis balanced. So you want to be careful that you're not lifting your tailbone up, because that usually means we're moving into kind of a posterior tilt in our pelvis. So we want to keep a nice neutral pelvis. Softening into the stretch, sending that energy, that intentional conscious breath into the areas where you feel tightness, where you feel that resistance, which for most of us is in the back of that left leg and the hamstring. Shoulders relaxed. Let the weight of your head go. And just savor this feeling of stretch and breath and presence. Now moving into our other variation. Remember, you keep your left foot flexed and you keep the left shin perpendicular to the ground. You reach up the thigh a little bit. And you try to draw the knee in towards the left armpit and the left rib cage. trying to maintain a right angle between your thigh and your lower leg. Again, you want that downward pressure that presses down into the hip socket. Like an upside down lunge. So there's definitely some effort here, but again, try not to be too rigid. Relax where you can. Breathe freely. Let's take 2 more breaths on this side. And then gently go ahead and release. Stretch both legs out along the ground. Relax your arms. Head on straight. Take a deep cleansing breath all the way in, pausing with your lungs full. That long, slow exhale all the way out. And take a moment just to observe how your body's feeling, the state of your mind, the quality of your breath. And the inner quality that that breath points to. So we'll shift here and start to move into our practice of Yoga Nidra. So I encourage you to get yourself nice and comfortable, either lying on your bed or lying on your mat, using a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees. Just have a cushion or a pillow behind your head. And it's also nice to use as an eye pillow. I have an eye pillow I always use. It's filled with a little bit of lavender. Of course, lavender, very relaxing. Always good to take your glasses off when you do this practice because there's nothing that you need to look outwards at. And it's always so lovely and luxurious to just place that eye pillow over your eyes. So stretching your body out. Adjusting your feet to be about hip width or more apart. Let the feet just roll outwards. You want to have some space behind your knees. A nice way to release the lower back and the weight of the pelvis is on your next inhale to squeeze the buttocks. The pelvis will lift a little bit, and as you exhale, soften the buttocks and let the weight of the pelvis release down. Roll your shoulders under so you have that little bubble of space in your chest and your heart center. Traditionally, remember the palms face upwards, but if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, place the palms down or rest the hands on your body. Feel your head in line with the spine. And so once more, taking those deep cleansing breaths of surrender. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, entrust your body, mind to this practice. Entrust the weight of your body to the earth. And with each breath out, feel that sense of settling into the support of the earth. And connecting to your body in a very kind and non-judgmental way. And remembering that your body is a source of wisdom and profound knowing. And that as we begin to move through these different layers, we can access that knowing, that wisdom that's beyond the thinking of our rational mind. And so invite your mind to relax and be quiet. Thank it. Be grateful for all the work your mind does to think and plan and analyze and worry, all those things that your mind does. But for now, invite your mind to relax and let go. Be fully present to this experience of your body and your breath. And begin to pay attention. Notice the places of tension or discomfort, places where the muscles feel tight, places where the breath isn't as free, places where your energy might feel stuck. And so slowly scanning the body from the head. Notice any tension in your face, your mouth, your jaw. Notice how your neck feels, flow down through the shoulders and the arms and the hands. Notice how your back of the body feels, the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. Notice how the breath is moving in the front of the body, the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Awareness flowing down through the hips and the pelvis, down through your legs. How are your knees, your ankles, your feet? And making any final adjustments so that you feel completely comfortable and at ease so that you can stay still throughout the practice. Remembering that our Yoga Nidra is a practice of compassion, compassionate listening to our body, compassionate listening to our thoughts, compassionate listening to our feelings, and that deeper listening for our soul whispers, that inner wisdom. It's a way of befriending our bodies, even the places of discomfort or pain. We bring this radical acceptance to what is. And become aware of your breath, this life-sustaining breath that goes on all the time, mostly unaware. And just take a moment to be grateful for your breath. Thank you, breath. This breath that is so much more than just oxygen. It's our life energy, our prana, that same energy that is all through the earth and all living things, through all creation. And simply notice what your breath feels like. We've had lots of time this evening to focus on the breath, but just simply noticing the tempo of your breath, the rhythm of your breath, the phrasing of the breath, the relationship between the inhale and the exhale, and the spaces between. And taking your breath deep into your belly, deep into your being, right into the bottom of your lungs. Breathing with your whole body. Breathing into the rib cage, front, sides, back. Breathing up into the chest, expanding the collarbones, breathing into the shoulders. This multi-dimensional breath, energy, prana. Each time you exhale, allowing your stomach to soften, to relax. If you've ever watched a baby breathe, they breathe with their whole body. So breathe with your whole body. Let yourself be breathed. Having established this relationship with our body and our breath, take a moment and feel and sense into your heart center. What is your heart's deepest desire for your life, your deepest heartfelt prayer? And so remembering that the quality of our sankalpa, our intention, is that of just a heartfelt quality. It's stated in the present moment. It's a positive statement. And it's something that really resonates deeply. Like as soon as you think or say that word or that phrase, it really resonates deep within you. So I am well rested, might be as simple as that, or I am healthy. I trust myself, I trust life. I'm calm. In the midst of chaos, I am calm. I feel and welcome all of my feelings. I am enough. I do enough. I have enough. I am patient and loving. So lots of different possibilities for creating this inner intention or sankalpa. And you know once you discovered it, because it is that really resonates within you. And so we repeat this at the beginning of our practice. We repeat it during, if you want to. You repeat it at the end of the practice. It's like you're really planting the seeds for this quality, this intention to manifest in your life. So feeling your breath and changing the rotation of consciousness a little bit this evening. We're going to begin by feeling into your left hand. Just be aware of sensation in your left hand. And feel individually into the left thumb, the pointer finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky finger. And now feel and sense all 5 fingers at the same time. Feel the echo of your breath in your fingertips. And then feeling into the front of your palms, front of the left palm. And the back of the hand now. And feel how as you focus attention on your hand, you begin to wake up sensation. You might feel a little bit warm, you might feel a tingly. It's as if you can feel the hand from the inside out. We start to learn how to sense our life energy, our healing energy. And then bring that same awareness up to your left wrist, and now the left forearm. Feeling and sensing the left elbow, softening to the inner elbow. Feeling up into the upper arm. See if you can notice the place where the left arm bone plugs into the shoulder. Feeling into the front of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder. Feeling into the armpit. Letting your awareness flow down into the left side of your rib cage. Feel the left chest, left part of the upper back. Can you feel a sense of your lung filling and emptying? Letting awareness flow down through the left side of your abdomen, the left side of the lower back, right into the left side of the pelvis. Feeling deep into the left hip socket, softening the left buttock. Feeling through the front of the hip, the side of the hip, through the back of the hip. Flowing down through the left thigh. Feel the weight of your left thigh bone, the femur, all of the large muscles. Feeling into the left knee. Feel the kneecap, space behind the knee. Flowing down into the lower leg, the shin, the calf. Now down into the left ankle. Feeling and sensing the skin on the top of the foot and the bottom sole of the foot. All of your toes and the space between the toes. And now be in touch with the entire left side of the body. Feel how the breath is flowing throughout the left side of your body. And send that healing breath, let it gently Flow and release any sense of restriction or discomfort or strain that you feel in the left side of the body. And now bring your awareness to feeling the whole body now. And you may actually feel like you've created more space in the left side of the body. It might feel more of a sense of aliveness in the left side of the body. So let's begin to awaken sensation in the right side of your body to connect to that life force energy, that prana. So begin by bringing awareness to your right hand. Feeling individually into your right thumb, and the pointer finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky finger. Feeling and sensing all 5 fingers on the right hand at the same time. Feeling into the skin on the front of the palm. Feeling into the skin on the back of the palm, back of the hand. Feeling and sensing the hand from the inside out. Sensing into that radiant aliveness, your life energy. And begin to bring that awareness up through the right wrist, the forearm, now the elbow. Draw that prana up through the upper arm and into the right shoulder. Notice if there's any places of strain or discomfort in the right shoulder. Expand that awareness and energy all through the right shoulder. And down into the armpit. Let it flow down through the right side of your body now. Feeling it in the right side of the chest. Feel it in the back of the right shoulder and the shoulder blade. Be in touch with the movement of your right lung. As you breathe in, it fills. As you breathe out, it empties completely. Awareness flowing down into the right side of the abdomen, the right side of the lower back. Flowing down now into the right side of the pelvis. Feeling deep into the hip socket. Expanding awareness to the front of the hip, the side of the hip, the back of the hip, and the buttock. Awareness and prana flow down into the right thigh, front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, inner and outer, and inside the right thigh. And now the knee. Soften the space behind the knee. Flowing down through the lower leg, the shin, the calf, the ankle. Now flowing down into your right foot, Imagine you could feel all the tiny muscles and bones in the right foot, all 5 toes, and the space between the toes. Bring awareness now to feel and sense the entire right side of your body now. Feel how the breath is moving just through the right side of the body. Notice areas that might not be as open, that are maybe a little closed off. Places that you're concerned about on the right side of your body. Places that feel tight or restricted. Places that feel numb. And you're feeling both sides of the body at the same time. So this integration of right and left. Feel both legs. Feel the hips and the pelvis. Feel into the upper body, front and back. Feel both arms, both hands. Feel the whole body breathing. Now bring awareness to each of the energy centers in our body, the chakras, this evening. So begin by bringing awareness to the very base of your spine, the root chakra, Muladhara chakra. And just feel and sense and breathe here. Muladhara chakra is associated with the earth, that sense of connectedness to the energy of the earth. If you're a visual person, you might imagine the color red. First chakra, about our sense of belonging, our right to be here, to take up space, to have food and shelter and all the basic necessities of life. And bringing awareness a little bit higher, just above your pubic bone, second chakra. Feel and sense. Just be open to sensation here. Breathe and send your life energy, prana, our center of creativity, sensual and sexual energy. The element is water, so feel this sense of flow and water, ease. Our creative energy. Color is orange. So continue to breathe. Bring awareness now up to the navel area, Manipura chakra, precious jewel, our power center. element is fire, the fire of our willpower to take action in the world for ourselves and on behalf of others. Color is yellow, golden yellow. Just feeling and sensing and breathing here. Balancing these spinning vortexes of energy in our body. Bring awareness now to your heart center, Anahata chakra. A place of loving kindness and compassion. The element is air, so breathe that lightness of air into your heart center. This capacity to love ourselves and to love others. The color is green. Green trees, green earth. Feel and sense. And bring your loving awareness to your heart center. Now bring awareness to your throat. Maybe swallow to relax your throat muscles. Vishuddha chakra. Our ability to speak our truth out into the world, to give voice to our deepest dreams and hopes. The color is blue, blue sky, blue ocean. Sense and breathe and feel your life energy here in your throat center. Bring awareness now to your mouth and your jaw. Relax any tension you feel in your mouth or your jaw. Bring awareness to the feeling of the breath in and out through your nostrils. And now practicing our alternate nostril breathing like we did at the beginning of class, but without using our hands, just using the power of your mind. So inhaling through the left nostril up to the space between your eyebrows and exhaling out through your right nostril. And then inhaling through your right nostril to the space between your eyebrows, exhaling out through the left nostril. So you're always breathing up to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. It's a way of just bringing awareness and your prana, your life energy here. So inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling right, exhaling left. And every time you inhale, you imagine breathing and taking that prana, that life energy, to the space between your eyebrows. And the next time you inhale, keep your awareness right at that space between your eyebrows, Ajna chakra. Breathe in and out through this space, sometimes known as the third eye. It is our intuitive knowing, a place of oneness, a place that transcends duality and opposites. Softening your eyes. Continue to focus, breathing in and out through the third eye, Ajna chakra. Let go of thinking and simply tune into the vastness of this space. As vast as the sky, the universe, the cosmos. Be open to whatever wants to be heard here or seen. Perhaps those little soul whispers, a word, a phrase, an image, or just a feeling. And as you continue to breathe in and out through this third eye area, imagine breathing in all that energy, that light. Let it expand all through your body. And as you exhale, releasing any tension, any thoughts, any worries, anything that separates you from your true nature. And continuing to just focus on this third eye awareness. Resting peacefully in your body, beyond thought, in deep, silent stillness. Staying relaxed and at ease. And take a moment to remember your sankalpa, your original intention. Repeat it silently to yourself. Let it resonate deep in your heart center. Believe it to already be true. You're already that which you're seeking. Beginning to consciously deepen your breath. Remembering that you are welcome to stay exactly where you are, resting. Or you can start to move and stretch and awaken if that's what you're choosing this evening. Taking good care of yourself. Remembering that if you are going to get up, to remember to roll over onto your right side and rest there for a moment. Take time to transition. This is a deep practice. And if you choose to, you can come to a seated position. And as you're sitting or lying quietly, just be in touch with your body. Be in touch with your breath. And in touch with that energy that rides the breath, your prana, your life energy. Trusting that this practice unfolds exactly as it needs to leave us relaxed and well rested, to release worry and anxiety, to transform us at deep, deep levels of our being, so that we can rise up and listen to our dreams, our intuition, our hopes for ourselves, for each other, for our world. And so gathering your hands to your heart center and acknowledging the beauty in your own heart and acknowledging the beauty in each other. Namaste.